first, I chalked it up to noises from the storm, but when I looked to my left out the window to see a figure blocking 90% of the window, along with the shriek of my girlfriend's, I nearly had a heart attack. I didn't want to roll down the window given how hard it was pouring.
What the hell, Tito?
I could hear what the person was saying. I opened the door a crack and yelled out to the person, who turned out to be a woman. She was soaked already, looked disheveled and scared. She asked for a ride. What was I going to do? Tell her no in these conditions?
Tito, can you
I told
hear
her to get in the back seat. My girlfriend gave me a look.
My bad.
I don't know what kind of look exactly, but it looks kind of like a why the hell did you let her in kind of look. I asked the woman where she was heading. She didn't answer. My girlfriend giving me a look again because of this. I ignored her and turned around to look at the woman in the back seat, assuming she didn't hear me. As creepy as it was, she was actually looking right at me with a cold, unfriendly face. I'd say it was a neutral, blank face, but something about it was just off-putting. I repeated my question. She just shrugged her shoulders and laughed. I looked at my girlfriend, who was once again looking at me. I said out loud that I'd be dropping the woman off at the next town we crossed. I guess I was announcing that to both my girlfriend and the woman. As we got back onto the downtown highway, there was a sudden ear-piercing screaming sound coming from right behind me, and the woman sitting behind me suddenly wrapped her arms around my throat. I slammed on the brakes as I was struggling to breathe, while sliding into the divider. Girlfriend slashed at the woman's face with her.
What the hell, Tito?
The screaming turned from a deranged, angry kind of situation.
Tito, what the? Oh hell no! Get away from me!
My hands pressed up against her face in agony. I then opened the back door, grabbed the woman with both hands, and literally threw her out of the car into the rain. She started begging, please, please, over and over as I looked down at her. But that's all she said. She cried as she kept saying the word please. I ignored her and got back into my car and locked it. As I put the car in drive, there were bangs at the window as the woman started screaming again. Her screams once again sounded like the screams of a deranged mental asylum patient. I drove away casually, as she was no longer a real threat, or at least not that I knew of. My girlfriend quickly got on the phone with the police and warned them of some suspicious, unstable woman lurking around the highway. Didn't stop again though. Went straight home from there. Obviously, it was shaken up, but I didn't want to be thinking about that incident for any longer than I had to.
Yeah, it's not that. My bad. I didn't know. Yeah, me too.
It was 2010. I was driving my Ford F-150 from my home in Pennsylvania to Georgia. I had family in the countryside of Georgia who I'd be spending the week with. It was going to be a drive of around 14 hours, and I planned on doing it all in one day. I got on the road at 10 a.m. I stopped once for lunch at some deli, and then 4 hours later I stopped at a rest area to eat the turkey sandwiches I packed in the cooler. After that, I didn't intend on making any other stops, besides for gas one more time, of course. At about 11:30 p.m., I had just filled up the tank one more time, and now I had an ETA of about 12:30. I was admittedly getting very tired now. I didn't think to get coffee at the gas station for some reason. Now the GPS was taking me down from the gas station seemed a little odd. I wasn't on the highway anymore. It was just taking me down some country-ass side roads. My truck is high up, so I got a good view of everything, and I also had a light bar installed, which really helped in lighting up these pitch-black roads.
You didn't have a truck stop, right? I'm not. This is other loop.
I shouldn't have been driving anymore. I was so close to my
What's up?
going. I came to
This is what was in that corner.
turn off some quiet road onto an even quiet road.
Oh no, Tito.
Which was good. This road wasn't at any kinds of buildings or houses.
I'm trying to get out of here.
I was going like 60 miles per hour, blazing down this road since it really seemed like no cars would be on this type of road at this hour. Then suddenly I saw like 4 shiny objects coming up fast in the road.
Joking, I'll get out. I'll get out.
We were traffic drums, those big cylinder traffic cones. The truck managed to come to a halt before I rammed into drums. Got out of my truck with my baseball bat, confused as hell. We went over to the traffic drums and realized there was something else behind the traffic drums. It's a spike trap, like the kind police use. I didn't think.
Wait, let me drink a chug
Is there some
chug
kind of
so I get my
police
shield.
activity going on? Or did somebody set us up as a trap? I hitched back to my truck. Then I heard someone scream help. They came from the woods on the left side road. There's no way I was about to go into those woods. Most I was willing to do was call out what's wrong. Answer. Walked to the edge of the road and looked into the forest. The reason I could see anything was because of the lights from my truck. Corner of my eye, spotted him. Now looking directly at him, I saw someone crouched down behind a couple of bushes.
What the hell, Tito? What the hell, Tito?
I looked to my left to see.
What the hell? Oh, we are? I didn't know, my bad. My bad.
I drove the truck to the right side of the road to the spike trap. I don't think they anticipated me actually going in the rear view. I saw these three silhouettes standing by the traffic drums, by the taillights of my truck. 2 seconds later, gone out of my vision, out of my life.
Oh yeah, boy! I should have shot you with the blue one. Oh yeah, sweet, sweet revenge. They do? Oh wait, the video is over. Do you want to hear a Fortnite story or something? Have you seen that one? I didn't. Well, I did, but I didn't get your stuff.
I'm sure by now we all know what Fortnite is.
Yes.
I had known about it for the longest time, but I never actually played it until my friends basically forced me to download it and play with them. They wanted to play in squads, so we played groups of 4. My 4 friends were Evan, Xavier, and Braxton. Evan was hands down the best player and basically the initiator of this group match. Xavier was the second best, then there was Braxton. Braxton only spoke on his headset when he was in trouble or needed help. Evan, Xavier, and I, on the other hand, just goofed around. Them did their best to explain how to play to me over the headset. Anyway, none of this really matters. I'll skip ahead to the important part. Evan stopped talking, and there was a good 10 seconds of silence. Then Evan, who was leading us from one point to another, stopped dead in his tracks. His character just stood still for a while. Xavier turned on his headset, sounding annoyed, telling Evan to move. His character still just stood in place, and Evan said nothing, but according to the screen, Evan's mic was making noise. Then I could hear background noise that seemed to be coming from Evan's mic. Xavier, Braxton, and I were all telling Evan to move or we'd ditch him. But we all dropped silent when a horrific, almost painfully loud screaming came from Evan's mic. It wasn't like he was screaming into the mic, it seemed like Evan was somewhere in the background of the room. Then, a door slammed shut in the background. 3 of us were left not knowing what to say or do. I told him I'd call Evan immediately, and turned off the console. I tried calling him 5 times, he never picked up though. My son drove to his house, I got to his house and saw no cars in the driveway, but the front door was open and the lights were on throughout the house. I saw Evan screaming Evan's name. Evan screamed back from somewhere upstairs. I followed the sound of his voice, right up to the loft bedroom, where I found him hiding under the bed. He told me to hide. I told him to get up under the bed and tell me what happened. Speak in very limited sentences for the longest time, until he calmed down and would finally explain in detail. Evan was playing Fortnite with us, tab under his bed. Cloth material that put the sides of the bed up and looked under the bed. I saw a grown man underneath. Tony threw his headset on the bed and screamed back into the corner. It says the man emerged from that with fear in the corner screaming. The man moved into the door. That was the last we ever saw of him. At that moment, he didn't know if the man was still in the house or not. So we called the cops, not knowing what else to do. The cops actually showed up. Officer went to the house and looked around while the female officer stayed with us outside with a small pocket notebook in her hand. Described to her. Just like that, the cops left. We stayed over Evan's house that night just to make him feel better. We'll still play Fortnite together.
Oh hell no, Zero. Oh, it's another ad. Wait, Tito, don't kill me. Let me stop the ad. Alright. Is it on?
Fortnite person, but all my friends have been for a while. I always feel like I'm being left out when they're saying to jump on Fortnite and such. Yeah, I've played the game a few times, the gist of the gameplay and whatnot. I'm just not good at the game. So one Monday night, I hopped on the game and played alone just to practice.
In the middle of the
I did that
room.
over and over and over, until I started actually getting pretty decent at the game. And I started to play the game with other players. Not my friends, just random people online. I played a game of duos, meaning with one other person on my team. His gamer tag was Bob Rocket 16 or something like that, with a few extra C's and E's or whatever. I didn't write it down. We lost the game. I think we ranked like number 20. After the game was over, I got a personal message from the guy, saying he thought I was really good and that we should play again. It's weird because, really, I didn't play too well at all that game. Nevertheless, I played another game with him. This time he turned on his microphone and was trying to talk to me. I don't have a gaming microphone, so I couldn't talk back. I could only hear him through the TV speakers. Based on his tone and what he was saying, he seemed to be getting annoyed that I wasn't talking to him. I heard him say things like, "Put your mic on and stop being a faggot." And he thought of this guy being cool was gone at this point. I thought he was just a straight up douche. I was gonna finish the game, but after that, that was it with this guy. Just saying something different simply because of my distant TV and the actual game was up. Then I heard this. It's my name displayed on my profile, but I realized no, it couldn't be. The guy just told me I'm taking this. People seem to think it was funny typing their LOL.
Tito! You can't use that crap on me! You can't use that on me! Fine, I'm gonna use that then.
The message was hi, and then my full name. I typed back, "Who is this?" The typing bubbles with the three dots came up for the longest time.
Okay.
The puppy piece.
Another ad! Alright.
From ghostly sounds coming out of nowhere to a creepy room inside a house. Here are 6 creepy things found while playing Fortnite. Humming ghost. Fortnite Save the World is filled with lots of lore and Easter eggs in comparison to its other free-to-play Battle Royale game. That said, you're bound to find some things that are pretty weird in Fortnite Save the World. In fact, you might find some things that are a little too weird to the point where it just comes off as being creepy. For example, take this gameplay in which showcases one of the subtle things that can be found while scavenging for wood in forested areas.
Tell me when you're ready, Tito, because I'm looking at you right now. What, the vacuum cleaner or the ocean noise? Wait, don't kill me, Tito!